How do we learn? How do we improve? How can we keep our confidence when things go wrong? Engaging in a practical discipline never goes smoothly. Things do go wrong. That's the way we learn. But it's so important to remember that you're not failing, you're learning. This is Talking Flutes. I'm Clare Southworth, and today I'm chatting about building confidence with a positive mindset. Before we get started though, I hope you've enjoyed our series of popular repeats on Talking Flutes. Even though we've been on the air for many years now, there's so much relevance in our previous podcasts from flutists across many genres of music. And of course, not forgetting our recent mental health specials with John Paul's daughter, Dr. Beth, forensic psychologist, and my son, Dr. Joe, who's a psychiatrist. I'd like to encourage you to look back on the many other podcasts we've recorded because the topics covered have been pretty comprehensive, from chats with top professionals to improving technique and interpretation. We're in the middle of the Olympics at the moment, which I've always loved watching, to see sportsmen and women compete after years of training, practice and performance. It's like a parallel world with musicians. We train and practice and perform for years in the hope of excelling. It doesn't matter your level of expertise because we all want to perform at our best. So here I am watching the Olympics and seeing winners, but many more losers. And although not winning can be very hard, the most important message is you're not failing, you're learning. Now I think this should be the mantra for us all. We learn by failing, and learning is never a smooth process. It's full of bumps along the way. That was a clip from Damase's Sonata en Concert. It has particular significance for me because I performed it in my final recital of America's National Flute Association's Young Artist Competition, which helped me win first prize. Now, I'd had many bumps along the way to winning that competition. Like the Olympics, it's daunting that you can be one of the best in your country but not in the world. And thinking about closer to home, this gap in ability happens all the time. Maybe you're the best player in your school or town, and then you go to audition for music college or to take an exam, and you're confronted with the reality that there are many much more accomplished players. Failure is a very emotive word. A stumble or a hiccup might be better, or maybe a wake-up call or reality check. And use that as motivation to succeed the next time. It's not just physical ability, it's also mental strength. After my semi-final recital at the NFA competition, and I'd heard that I was one of the 3 selected for the final, another competitor who didn't make it to the final came up to me and said, "There's no chance of you winning this competition because your pieces are too easy, so I don't know why you bothered to come all this way." Now, as you can imagine, I was stunned and immediately lost all confidence in my programme and ability. But after calming down, I realised that first, the judges had picked me to play in the final. Second, my programme was beautifully balanced and showed off my abilities, and they weren't easy pieces. It wasn't a programme playing as many notes as possible as quickly as possible. That negative comment, which was aimed to weaken me, helped me find my resilience and confidence, becoming resolute, stronger, more focused, and as a result played even better in the final to win. my competitive streak kicked into action. How then to be successful in a highly competitive world? Well, we can use knowledge from the Olympians to help us. There are 3 key stages: preparation, performance, and debrief. So, stage 1, preparation. There's a lot of sacrifice involved. That clip was from Christopher Caliendo's 3rd Sonata, which I recorded a few years ago. This was one of the hardest pieces I'd ever learnt. I remember going on holiday with the family and practicing every day for hours to learn the piece. Exhausting and not much of a holiday, but often the struggles to progress to achieve create a better learning experience. I never felt that I could take time off. Like the Olympians, training has to be constant, consistent, and structured. Second stage is performance. This is the culmination of all your preparation. Don't make comparisons with others. That can only lead to a loss of confidence. Stay in your bubble, keep your focus, concentrate on your music making. Luckily, unlike the Olympics, where 4 years' work culminate in 1 or 2 races, we have many opportunities to succeed. Third stage, the debrief. This stage is often overlooked. Ask yourself how you played, what went well, what didn't go well. How can you improve? What areas of musicianship or general technique need work? Build on what you have. Be careful not to be negative. Use positive descriptions because confidence is the key. Learn from experience. Don't get negative. Be proactive. Remember, there are lots of bumps along our path, but if you put in the work, you will succeed. Now, I mentioned in an earlier podcast that mentorship is a hugely important tool. I'd like to take this opportunity again to offer my services for no cost as a mentor to any flutist who would like help in whatever capacity is needed. Maybe an upcoming audition or career planning, or more specific help with practice or a point of technique, or just a chance to chat about any concerns you may have about life and work as a flutist, a pep talk. If you'd like some help, just send a message via our Facebook page, Talking Flutes, and I'll do whatever I can to help. I've been very fortunate in my career, and this is an opportunity to give something back. I do hope you've enjoyed today's talk. Until next time, bye for now.
Talking Flutes and Talking Flutes Extra are podcast productions by the Trevor James Flute Company. For more information, visit trevorjamesflutes.com.